in terms of the Refugee Act, you're supposed to go to the nearest country. South Africa is not the nearest country to all those countries, even those Ethiopians and Somalians who claim to be running away from their countries. You are not supposed to just run to South Africa. And they can't say they're running away from war if they're coming and they're bringing their men. Where are the women? Which country has wars and only men are running to that country? Because we're seeing an influx of Ethiopians and Somalians who claim to be refugees, and they're coming from way out of this country, crossing several countries that they can go and make home to their home if they are refugees. Why are they all coming to South Africa? Why are refugees setting up businesses in this country? What does the Refugee Act say for them to have tuck shops and want to have mafia groups and so forth? Now we've got spaza shop mafias being run by Ethiopians and Somalians who claim to be refugees who are men. What kind of refugees are here terrorizing the locals who want to open spaza shops? Those are not refugees, those are criminals. And every time South Africans make a call about this, we are told that people have problems in their country. If they have problems in their country, you can't make South Africa a solution to countries having problems. South Africa is a country that has to take care of its own problems. South Africa is a country that currently has the highest unemployment rates in the world. You can't say because 50,000 people in Congo or wherever are having problems with their government, we become the home to those people. Where are these people going to be living? That's where we have squatter camps and informal settlements. Where they're going to school, those same schools that our children are not getting spots in. Where are they going to be getting healthcare? In those same hospitals where our grannies now have to wait for hours and hours in queues and sleep on beds and sleep on the floor instead of sleeping on beds and giving birth every 5 minutes. We can't have a system that allows refugees to just come. Everyone can be a refugee in this country. We are not a country that has enough resources to take care of its own people. How are we now extending an olive branch to everyone in the world to say, come in? Yes, South Africa signed some United Nations treaties years ago, but everything can be reviewed looking at the current situation. We don't have a cap on the number of refugees that we can have. In the UK and other places, they say limited to 10,000 people. Why are we the only country where there's an unlimited number of refugees that can just walk in? Will we have a future for this country? Where are our children going to go to? If they can't open a spaza shop because it's run by Ethiopians, they can't go to Point Road because it's owned by Nigerians, you can't get a certain building because it's owned by Somalians, you can't do a certain thing because those jobs belong to people from Congo. What kind of country functions that way?
You mentioned you have a court case pending. Are you optimistic?
We are more than ready. We've explored all the legalities and we're ready to take on our government, because no government in the world has a jurisdiction or a duty to protect other citizens of the country while putting their own in such compromising positions. We have national security threats. We have bombs being found every other day at the Bay Bridge border, where they come in and they do illegal mining with those. They do cash and transit heists. They're from Zimbabwe. Apparently there's a new thing that when Zimbabwe runs out of money, they come and they have cash and transit heists here, because they know that they're going to come into the country and leave, and come in and leave, because that's the kind of country that we have. We're not safe as South Africans. We need safety for our children, for ourselves, for our future, and it's for every South African's duty to stand up against its own government that has created a system where it compromises the people. And you know how they suppress us? They suppress us by telling us that we're vigilante groups, by giving us names, we're xenophobic and these things, so that every time we try and stand up for ourselves, we don't have the means to do that, because already we're being labeled as the people who are wrong. But during apartheid, the very same thing happened. People were labeled as terrorists for fighting a system that made it legal and lawful to segregate people based on race. And now we are facing a different kind of oppression, where we have NGOs and NPOs that are funded by foreign organizations, the Open Society funding Aboseri and them to take our government to court so that they can keep flooding us with illegal immigration. There's no such country that functions properly where it has millions of unknown illegal immigrants. There's none, not even one in the world.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. Want more awesome content? Follow us on all our socials at STK206.